Hello, dear friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, USA Football Zone, latest football highlights. Some football matches are defined by tactics, others are played simply to win trophies. Then there are matches that descend into a beautiful, chaotic spectacle, breaking all conventions and rules to carve their own place in history. It is more than just a game. It is a display of rebellion, extraordinary skill, and raw emotion. In the long history of football's greatest rivalries, a so-called friendly match played before a packed crowd of nearly 82,000 in America became more memorable than many finals. It was a chaotic clash that defied all expectations, featuring a historic hat-trick and a last-minute goal that immortalized the match. This is the story of the day Brazil and Argentina played one of the greatest matches of all time. The date was June 9, 2012, the venue MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. The occasion was ostensibly an international friendly, but in truth, when Brazil and Argentina share the pitch, there is no such thing as a friendly. It was a battle between two titans, a global spectacle where two footballing superpowers faced off. Even on neutral ground, the intensity rivaled that of Rio or Buenos Aires. On one side stood Brazil, the Seleção were preparing for the Olympics, and the squad was brimming with the next generation of superstars. Leading the charge was the dynamic Neymar, a player already shouldering the weight of a nation's expectations. Alongside him were the powerful forward Hulk and the creative talent Oscar. This trio was ready to showcase the thrilling, joyful brand of football that is the hallmark of Brazil. And on the other side, Argentina, the Albiceleste were led by a man who was already a living legend. Lionel Messi, in peak form, was on a mission to replicate his dazzling club brilliance for his country. This Argentina squad, featuring the dangerous Gonzalo Higuain and the tireless Angel Di Maria, was perfectly suited for rapid counterattacks and moments of extraordinary individual brilliance. It was more than just a match. It was a clash of contrasting mentalities and styles of play. Brazil's Samba flair versus Argentina's cunning mindset. Neymar versus Messi. The world was anticipating a spectacular encounter. But what they witnessed was a truly epic and unforgettable thriller. From the very start, the pace of the game was blistering. It felt less like a football match and more like a track meet. Yet, thanks to Neymar's intelligence, it was Brazil that seized early control. In the 23rd minute, a quickly taken free kick caught the entire Argentine defense off guard. The ball rolled through the defensive line to midfielder Romulo, who was making a surging run into the box. With a touch that was somewhat awkward yet effective, he beat the helpless Argentine goalkeeper, Sergio Romero, and found the back of the net. Brazil took a 1-0 lead. The Argentine players raised their hands appealing for offside, but to no avail. The stadium, a sea of yellow and green, erupted in joy. Brazil had struck first, and it seemed they were just getting started. But there is one thing about playing against Lionel Messi: no lead is ever safe. For about 8 minutes, Argentina appeared somewhat unsettled, yet their number 10 remained calm, waiting for his moment. That moment arrived in the 31st minute. It was a textbook example of Argentina's potent counterattacking game. Gonzalo Higuain came from behind to dispossess Brazilian captain Sandro and immediately looked up. He spotted Messi's run. Messi had already broken free, sprinting into the open space behind the Brazilian defense. Higuain's pass was inch perfect. Messi took one touch to steady himself and, with his second, calmly slotted the ball into the far corner. 1-1. The goal was simple yet incredibly effective, the mark of a master player. This equalizer turned the tide of the match, but what followed left the entire stadium stunned. Before Brazil could even regroup, Argentina struck again, just 3 minutes after their first goal. Messi, receiving a pass from Angel Di Maria, once again exploited a gaping hole in Brazil's high defensive line. He found himself facing the goal. With only the goalkeeper to beat, it felt as though time stood still. With cool composure, Messi dribbled past the advancing goalkeeper with a single, effortless touch and slotted the ball into the empty net. Argentina took a 2-1 lead. In the blink of an eye, the momentum of the game had shifted completely. 2 powerful counterattacks, 2 moments of Messi magic. Brazil's defense had crumbled. The speed and precision of the attacks had left them reeling. Everyone waited anxiously for the halftime break, holding their breath to see what would happen next. If the first half was a showcase of Argentina's brilliant counterattacking, the start of the second half proved that Brazil would not give up easily. They took the field with renewed vigor, determined to fight their way back into the match, and in the 56th minute, They did exactly that thanks to a moment of sheer brilliance. After a beautiful, intricate 1-2 move at the edge of the box, the ball fell perfectly into the path of the onrushing Oscar. He made no mistake, scoring from close range. To level the match at 2-2, the game was back on parity was restored. The pace of the game was furious at both ends of the pitch, attacks came in rapid succession, and it was evident that both teams were playing for the win. The match was at a fever pitch, with both sides creating scoring opportunities. Then, in the 72nd minute, Brazil seized their moment. They won a corner kick, and the ball was floated into the box. Argentine goalkeeper Sergio Romero rushed out to intercept the cross but failed to clear it cleanly. The ball slipped weakly from his grasp. It drifted towards the back post, where the powerful Brazilian player Hulk was waiting. Despite his imposing physique, he displayed exquisite technique, smashing the ball into the net with a powerful side volley from a tight angle. Brazil took a 3-2 lead. Jubilation erupted in the Brazilian dugout. Having come from behind to take the lead with less than 20 minutes remaining, this appeared to be the decisive goal. But this was no ordinary match. It refused to follow any predictable script. Just as Brazilian fans began to celebrate, Argentina staged a dramatic comeback. It took them only 3 minutes. Argentina won a corner, a chance for an immediate response. Substitute Sergio Aguero delivered a superb ball. Amidst a crowd of players in yellow jerseys, Argentine defender Federico Fernandez rose high and powered a header into the net. 3-3, the entire stadium was stunned. 3 goals had been scored in less than 10 minutes. Defensive strategies had completely crumbled. It was pure attacking football, a spectacular spectacle where anything seemed possible. By the 80th minute, the match had reached a critical juncture. The relentless pace had left both teams exhausted. A hero was needed, someone capable of deciding the fate of this fiercely contested match through sheer brilliance, and Lionel Messi stepped up to meet that challenge. In the 84th minute, he received the ball near the right touchline in Brazil's half. It didn't look like an immediate threat, but then, the magic began. He started to run, picked up speed, and easily bypassed the first obstacle. He cut sharply inside towards the center, while the Brazilian defense seemed to retreat as if hypnotized. Reaching the edge of the penalty area, he set the ball up for his famous left foot. From about 25 yards out, he unleashed a powerful, curling, rocket-like shot that soared through the air before dipping sharply into the top left corner of the net. The goalkeeper could only watch. It was a goal born of astonishing talent, a strike worthy of winning any match in history. Argentina took a 4-3 lead. Messi completed his hat-trick, and in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. It was a thunderous strike that would be talked about for years to come. The final minutes were a mere formality on the scoreboard, but not on the pitch. Emotions that had been simmering for 90 minutes finally boiled over. In stoppage time, Argentina's Ezequiel Lavezzi and Brazil's Marcelo clashed and then got into a scuffle. Having seen enough chaos for one night, the referee showed both players a straight red card. It was a fittingly dramatic conclusion to a match packed with incident. When the final whistle eventually blew, the scoreboard read Argentina 4, Brazil 3, but those numbers told only a fraction of the story. This was far more than just a friendly match. For Brazil, it was a harsh lesson on the road to the Olympics. For Argentina, it was a historic victory over their greatest rivals, a match that would remain forever etched in the hearts of their fans. And for Lionel Messi, it was one of his most memorable performances in the albiceleste Argentina jersey, a day when, with his impeccable finishing and extraordinary talent, he single-handedly defeated Brazil. This was a match where no trophies or medals were at stake, and there were no formal stakes involved, yet it remains one of the most memorable, sensational, and spectacular chapters in the history of football's greatest rivalry, a thrilling encounter featuring 9 goals. What is the most exciting football match you have ever watched? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories about such memorable matches, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content like this.